Hello, this is Ernest. I am the minister at the Silang Church of Christ, located in Silang, Cavite, Philippines. I want to say thank you to all of you who join us, whether you join us from the United States, someplace in Europe, or someplace in Asia, Indonesia, in the Philippines, primarily. Once again, thank you so much for joining us. By the way, down below, click on like, subscribe, comment, tell me what you think. If there's a way we can improve the lessons, we will certainly listen to what you have to say. Let's have a conversation, because right now we are in the process of studying about adversities. And lesson number 4 is, how do we handle the adversities of life? Trials or adversities of life can take many forms, some of which are more difficult to deal with than others. Some of these include loss of a loved one in death, separation, physical or emotional separation from someone that is close to us, whether that's a friend or a family member. Divorce does not occur here in the Philippines, but marital separation certainly does. Personal illness, you get sick, you can't do the things you used to do. Physical limitations of yourself or a mate. Transitions, life's transitions or changes as we get older, as we become empty nesters, when you're going through the midlife crisis, when you're single and you're newly married, when you move to a new town or a new city. All of these are challenges that all of us have to deal with. All kinds of persecutions exist, from the simple to the extreme, and they often come to Christians as well as non-Christians. There are terrible misfortunes that happen in our physical world, such as storms, volcanoes, typhoons, all kinds of calamities in nature. And because of our weakness, we need all of the help that we can get to endure these trials of life, much less to deal with the mistakes that we continually make in our own lives. The issue here is not really if adversities or troubles are going to come, but when are they going to come? How can we handle them? Part of the battle is already won when we come to this understanding. We have to accept that, such as a part of being a human and part of the fallen world, is that we are going to have troubles. Now, there are ways to handle adversities that I'm going to suggest. The first one is, understand the question. When we ask the question, why does God allow bad things to happen to good people, as we looked at in lesson 2, we have to deal with this question. We have to spend time. We have to spend patience. We have to gather patience to find a satisfactory answer that helps us to understand and gain confidence in God, who made us in his image. Number 2, we have to realize a great truth. God has not written us off. He loves us. He is concerned about us. He wants us to make it to heaven someday. He is willing to forgive us through his Son, Jesus Christ's sacrifice on the cross for our disobedience. But we realize also that he has not promised to remove all adversities, but has promised to help us deal with such, and assures us that we will profit from these adversities. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verses 8 through 10. Jesus has not misled us by promising to give us financial success, good health, and a bed of roses. If we serve Jesus Christ, he has made it very clear that we are called to bear our cross and follow him. Matthew chapter 16, verses 24 to 26. we have to realize that there is an old saying, no pain, no gain. Or as I've heard it said before, pain is weakness leaving your body. We need to view adversities in life as opportunities to grow spiritually. This is a very basic way to grow. Afflictions can force us to either grow stronger, go forward in our faith, or to grow weaker and go backwards. We make the choice that adversities that we face will either help us to become more refined as we continue to follow God, 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 7, and it shows us the genuineness of our faith. The ones who will wear the bright crowns in heaven will be those who have been tried the most. They will have been smelted and polished in a furnace that's called life, the tribulations of this life. It is the cross bearer on earth who will be the cross wearer in heaven. Four, we need to be thankful. All of mankind has to have very good reasons for being thankful to God who created us, Matthew 5:45. But in particular, the Christian has far more for which to be thankful. And we need to express this thankfulness continually. In everything give thanks, 1 Thessalonians 5:18. Let us come before his presence with thanksgiving, Psalm 95:2. And the list goes on and on. In both the Old and the New Testament, we find the same encouragement, the same instruction. Give thanks to God. And the psalmist stated, surely the righteous shall give thanks to you in your name, Psalm 140:13. But we live in a world that is not thankful. Romans 1:21 says, because although they knew God, they did not glorify him God, nor were they thankful, but they became futile in their thoughts, and foolish hearts were darkened. The psalmist speaks of thanksgiving as a pleasing sacrifice unto God, Psalm 107:21, Psalm 116. When we continually offer thanksgiving to God for his great blessings, it causes the adversities, the challenges, the troubles that we have in this life to be put into a proper perspective. Number 5, we need to pray sincerely and continually to God. 1 Thessalonians 5:17 says, pray without ceasing. And in all our prayers and supplications, we are to express our thanksgiving to God, Philippians 4:6. Prayer helps us to keep our relationship and fellowship with God strong so that we can face the many trials, troubles, tribulations that you are going to have in this life. And in these prayers, we are admonished by God to cast all of our cares upon him because he cares for us. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 7. He wants us to carry our heavy burdens. So we need to give thanks, give our burdens over to God, turn them over to him, give thanks to him for them, but allow him to take control. And in so doing, we are showing that we believe all things will eventually work out for our good, Romans 8:28. Number 6, fellowship and worship with the saints. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 23 through 25. We need to be together with people of like faith and purpose, with kindred love for one another. We can provoke one another to love and good works, and we can help hold fast to our hope without wavering. We need to be exhorted continually that our hearts will not be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin, Hebrews 3:12 and 13. These are the ones that we can turn to for comfort because they have faced the same trials that I am facing and successfully faced their adversities in life. 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verses 1 to 4. Common experiences are valuable in being able to help others who are in similar situations. When you help people, you have to have experience in order to help them. If you've never had the heartache in your life, people will frequently think that you don't understand. Number 7 is we have to remain faithful unto death in order to receive the crown of life, Revelations 2:10. They are the ones who become partakers of Christ because they held the beginning of their confidence and they are steadfast until the end, Hebrews 3:14 and 15. Quitters never succeed. They are truly failures. The road to heaven is not traveled by perfect, but by struggling and faithful. These people are continually repenting, getting up, and trying to walk in the light. 1 John chapter 1, verses 7 and 10. The Apostle Peter denied Christ 3 times, and even did it with an oath. But he became the rock-like person that Jesus renamed him to become in Matthew 16:18. The big difference between Peter and Judas, who betrayed, by the way, Judas betrayed Christ for 30 pieces of silver, was that Peter did not quit, and Judas did. God wants us to be saved. We need to turn to him for forgiveness and strength day by day, so that we can be faithful all the way to the end of life. Jesus reminds us that he has overcome the world, John 16:33, and that we will have tribulations, trials, we will have problems. However, we too can overcome the world through him. Get out of yourself. Number 8, get out of yourself. A main problem that we have in dealing with adversities, troubles, trials, tribulations correctly is we are so concerned about ourselves. The Apostle Paul showed clearly that Jesus was able to face his adversities, and he was able to take care of those because he emptied himself of himself. We need to be concerned about others, Philippians chapter 2, verses 1 through 8. Notice some of the admonitions that he gives to the Philippians. Let nothing be done through selfish ambition or conceit, but in lowliness of mind, let each of you esteem others better than himself, Philippians 2:3. Let each of you look out for not only his own interest, but also for the interest of others. We need to sincerely be concerned about and for others that are around us. We need to identify with them. Rejoice when they rejoice. Weep when they weep. We need to put the welfare of others above ourselves when it is needed to do so. We need to be patient. We need to be accepting of others. 1 John chapter 3 tells us, if you say you are without sin, you are a liar and the truth is not in you. We need to be compassionate of the troubles of others. And by all means, do more listening than talking when we are with others. Matthew 25:41, 46. Item number 9. At 9. We need to look for our blessings. Come on. Good can come out of bad. God has promised it. Why not look for the good as we endure our afflictions, as we go through our valleys? James chapter 1, verses 2 through 4. But by all means, look for the end result. James chapter 1, verse 12 said, "Blessed is the man who endures temptation, for when he has been approved, he will receive the crown of life, which the Lord has promised to those who love him." Number 10, rejoice. How can a person rejoice or be glad when they are going through their valleys, when they are going through their trials, their tribulations, their troubles? Well, the Bible gives us it. If anyone suffers as a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify God in this matter. 1 Peter 4:16. Blessed are you when they revile you and persecute you and say all kinds of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For they persecuted the prophets who were before you. Look, we're all going to have trouble. Let us not give up on God. Hold fast to the confession of our hope without wavering, for he has promised who is faithful. Hebrews 10:20. Let us deal with our doubt. Seek, ask, knock, to find the right answers to questions we tend to ask in the midst or in the duration of our trials, of our tribulations. Listen to one of us who has had more than his share of adversities. We are hard pressed on every side, yet not crushed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Looked down, but not destroyed. Always carrying about the body, the dying of the Lord Jesus Christ. That life of Jesus may be manifested in our body, for we who live are always delivered death for Jesus' sake. The life of Christ may be manifested in our mortal flesh. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 8 through 11, the Apostle Paul. And then he adds, therefore, do not lose heart. Even though our outward man is perishing, yet the inward man is being renewed day by day. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, is working us a far exceeding and eternal glory. Verses 16 and 17. God provides challenges. The world provides challenges. And Satan provides challenges for us. Our job is to bear with them and look for the other side. I hope that you have a blessed day. Please comment down below. Thank you.